So we're testing out my wife's car. We just finished fixing the AC, and it's about 8:30-ish, almost 9. And this is how cold it is right now. It's 37 degrees in here, or coming out. That is super duper cold. It's almost freezing cold. Look at my wife. She's got to make it on. That's 37.5. Oh my gosh, it is freezing cold. Okay, you think I can make it colder than this? Boy, this is super duper cold. 38, so it fluctuates. Wow. 38.1. Okay guys, so the correct compressor finally arrived, and so it came with the correct connectors, stuff like that. Took a few weeks to get here, I'll be honest with you, but it came. If you're interested in where I bought this, I got it on eBay. The seller's name is Jensen Auto. I think it's Jensen Auto Part. Her name is Amanda. She's been a very good communicator to me. What happened was I bought the first one, came with the wrong connector, sent it back to her. She sent me a second one. It got to Fresno, where I live, never made it to my house. It was sent back to her. So communication went back and forth. She ended up refunding me the money, and then I then ended up buying her the second one. And here it is. This is the second one, and so I'm going to be installing it, and hopefully it'll run. Now I'll let you know. This one came in. I asked her, hey, so what about the oil? Did it come with pre-lubed with the oil or what? So she says no, it doesn't come with any oil. Whatever you see in there is just testing oil for to make sure that it's not leaking, and that's all it is. So I'm going to add some oil into it, and after that I'm going to add Freon once that's installed. So that's that, guys. So let's go and install this. I'm not gonna show you the installation process because it's the same way how you would remove this thing. Okay, 4 bolt, 1, 2, 3, 4 main bolt, and I lost one of the bolt here, so I got a grade 8 metric bolt from AutoZone, and you can tell this is not the original bolt, but it's grade 8, so same thread, pitch, and diameter, and we're good. So I'm going to install it, and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, so the radiator arrived, and I'll show you how this bad boy looks like. It's an exact model of the old bad radiator. So I'm going to install this back in, and the procedure in installing this is just the opposite of the installation of the removal. So I'm not going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to install it. You've already seen how I removed it. That's just that. After I install, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add add radiator fluid, and then I'm going to vacuum my air conditioning system, and then I'm going to put Freon into the system. And yeah, that's that. By the way, this is the old radiator. Ta-da! It's pretty bad. This my wife's vehicle has almost 200,000 miles on it, and so when you get to about 140, you better watch out for your radiator, because this thing, the plastic top here, tends to crack. How this thing cracked is beyond me. I think it cracked somewhere down below here, and so my recommendation, when you start hitting about 130,000 miles, don't travel far. Drive locally, because chances are your radiator, you'll see that this is aluminum right here, and then this is just plastic. You see how brittle this is? That cracked. When I was trying to pull out the radiator hose, it cracked. And so, my recommendation is to avoid any headache. Replace your radiator at about 120 to 140,000 miles, or else you're going to face the wrath of overheating. So what I'm doing now is, you see these bolts, I left it here so that I can remember where they go. Here. Just like that. These bolts goes to there. And I'm going to return all these bolts here. Transmission hose goes back to where it came, like right there. And this little thing right here, this goes back there. Okay? So you know the procedure. Okay, YouTube, so I have everything installed. The radiator is back in. Everything is back in. Okay. Compressor is back in. The air conditioning compressor down there is back in. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be vacuuming the system. That's what I have to do. So these are my gauges. It's designed for 134A. You can see here the blue writing there. Okay. So the idea here is to vacuum this all the way down to negative 30 psig. Okay. And I have my vacuum machine here. I dropped this a long time ago when I was doing HVAC, and I just never bothered to replace the handle there, which I should. So here we go. Okay. So turn the valve. Turn this valve. Hopefully there's a solid seal. Hopefully I'm not getting any vacuum leak. And I'm gonna, once this reaches negative 30 psig here, which it is already, I'm gonna let it run for a couple minutes, because what it is there's, once your system opens up, there's moisture that seeps into the system, and so what you want to do is you want to vacuum all the moisture out. Okay, and by vacuuming this, any moisture that is trapped in your system boils away and comes out. And so that's the idea here. That's why you have to vacuum it. And if you don't do that, there'll be a lot of what we call in HVAC terms non-condensable. Non-condensable is just outside air that we breathe. And those non-condensable wreaks havoc into your system, and it will not allow you to charge your system correctly. Well, you'll have a lot of high pressure, and well, that's just HVAC jargon. But mainly what you need to do here is you need to basically vacuum this to zero. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to charge the system with my oil here. And you want to check with your manufacturer regarding what type of oil you need, because oils do make a difference. There's several types of oil for your system. My system happens to be this PAG 46. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge my system with this oil, and hopefully everything should be fine. So let's test this. Tighten that valve, and I'm going to tighten this valve and turn off my vacuum machine, and I'm going to let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes or more and see if this needle comes back to zero. If it comes back to zero, that means my system is leaking somewhere, and I have to find out where it's leaking, because we don't want a leaking system, because it just defeats the purpose of charging your system. So yeah, that's what it is. So I'll be back. Okay folks, so I've pumped in 12 ounce of Freon 134A here into the system, and the compressor is working, it's humming along. I have to pump 1.81 ounce, 1 pound and 81 ounces of Freon into the system. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go check to see if the air conditioning is working. And I put a thermometer there. It's 73 degrees right now. Oh, that's good. And it's slowly going down. So that's good. 72. I don't know if you could see that. So 71 degrees. So that's what I'm looking for. This thing should read about 40 degrees coming out of the vent. So that's something to target. So yeah, let's go and squeeze some more Freon into this bad boy. 12.2 ounce. So make sure you know what you're doing. I'd say don't copy me. And at least know what you're doing. Make sure you have the right equipment, because I don't want you to blow up your system. Yeah. So I'll get back to you in a bit. Okay, so I got the car running. The system is charged up, and I'll show you. Right now it's about 80 degrees, and I'll show you how cool it is inside. So right now it's about 52.6 degrees inside coming from the vent. Technically it should be inside the evaporator. It should be hovering about 40 degrees. So this is okay. It's about almost a 30 degree difference. 52 inside versus 80 degree outside, the ambient temperature outside. So that's a 30 degree difference, and that's really good. So yeah, I do apologize for not being thorough in showing you how to add Freon. But if you follow the direction on the canisters that you buy from your local auto parts store, you should be doing okay. The stuff that I have are more for professional people who works on cars and works on HVAC. So you won't be able to get those. Okay. So I am a EPA certified HVAC technician, and so that's why I have those equipment. Okay, so anywho, it's done. So let me know what your thoughts are. Basically, an overview of what I did to my car. At first I had a leaking evaporator coil, so I had to take out the whole dashboard to get to the evaporator coil. While I was in there, I also replaced the expansion valve. And then after that, I found out that my air conditioning compressor was no good. So I ended up replacing the compressor, replacing the expansion valve, and replacing the evaporator coil. That's what I did. Basically, I had to revamp everything. So right now it's running great. It's done. So my wife is going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. The saying goes, happy wife, happy life. I'm going to take it for a test drive, and let's go back inside and see how cool it is right now. Hopefully it will go down a couple degrees. Okay, so now it's 51.4. So that's great. Oh, it's gone up 0.5. That's because I opened the door. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we are taking my wife's car for a virgin ride test.
Finally out of ICU.
Yeah, almost ICU later. So the air conditioning is working. It's freezing cold inside, actually.
Yes, it's 47. I love it.
47 degrees. So what I did for this car was I took everything here out, and then I replaced the evaporator coil inside, and then I replaced the expansion valve, and then I found out the whoa, that guy. My gosh.
You or him? He's the one. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's not supposed to be coming on.
Yeah, crazy riders. Dumb and Dumber. So anyway, I replaced the air conditioning compressor and charge up the system.
It's super cold.
And it is super duper colder.
Yep.
And it is 47.6 degrees. Happy wife, happy life.